Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5. Starting at number 5. Kingston Fury Beast DDR5-4800. If you're after a more reasonably priced DDR5 memory kit to take advantage of your new Alder Lake S CPU, then the Kingston Fury Beast DDR5-4800 has all the guts for the job. Keep in mind, you aren't getting flashy RGB here. Nor are you benefiting from the crazy fast speeds upwards of 5000 MHz. But as a current generation option for early adopters, this kit will do everything you need it to in 2022. All tasks from gaming to web browsing are going to be no problem for a dual-channel kit that's clocked this high. While it's far from the most extreme numbers that we've witnessed in the early days of DDR5, the Kingston Fury Beast DDR5-4800 will still outperform the previous flagship generations of RAM, and hold its own against current-gen options as well from a real-world point of view. If you've got a Z960 motherboard and are looking out to spec a machine that's ready for the speeds of PCIe, then Kingston Fury Beast DDR5-4800 is one of the more affordable ways to do that right now. Coming at number 4. Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5-5200. If you're after high-end gaming RAM performance for your Intel 12th Gen enabled rig, then the Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5-5200 offers all the performance speed that you need, with the potential of PCIe 5.0 just now being understood and unlocked by the newest Intel CPUs. You'll be in a very good place for the future of PC gaming as an early adopter in 2022 with this memory kit configuration. Unsurprisingly, a DDR5 memory solution is going to cost you a fair amount to invest in early at this current point in time. And the Corsair Dominator Platinum RGB DDR5-5200 is no different. Do it all, and do it faster, as modern CPUs feature more and more cores. The unprecedented speed of DDR5 ensures your high-end CPU gets data quickly, enabling faster processing, rendering, and buffering than ever before. Onboard voltage regulation makes for easier, finely tuned, and more stable overclocking through Corsair ICUE software than ever. Patented Corsair DHX cooling keeps DDR5 temperatures down by cooling both the ICs and the ground plane of the PCB itself with its own dedicated heat spreader, ensuring high performance even under extreme loads. Custom Intel XMP 3.0 profiles. Customize and save your own XMP profiles via ICUE to tailor performance by app or task for greater efficiency. Powerful Corsair ICUE software enables dynamic RGB lighting control synchronized across your entire ICUE setup, real-time temperature and frequency readings, onboard voltage regulation, and custom XMP profiles. At number 3. Trident ZRGB 16GB, 2x8GB of DDR4. While the recommended RAM specifications for a game are fine, there also needs to be room to think of the RAM you'll be using when you're streaming with friends, capturing, running multiple apps, or putting any other strain on your PC, so this should be a big factor in your purchase. Streaming applications and capturing your game can be taxing on memory, which is why I recommend always doubling the amount of RAM if you're looking to use a PC just for gaming. You may not even be interested now, but you may need it in the future. Also, more RAM can't hurt for a gaming PC. This Trident RAM has an incredibly high bandwidth of 4266 MHz, so you'll have no trouble running the likes of Cyberpunk 2077 and Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War. This RAM gets full marks for making a visual impression. It can light up your rig nicely. And there's even an application where you can individually assign lights to each of the modules. A lot of fun can be had with this, but, of course, it depends if you have the right case to look at the components. Number 2 of my list. Ballistix Sport Gray 8GB DDR4-2400. This is a great RAM to start with on a budget, especially if you're building a PC for the first time. This will manage the minimum specifications for games from 2012 onwards, and while most modern games are okay, with 4 GB of RAM, you're probably better off starting out with 8 GB to avoid having to replace it too soon in the future. It also is compatible with the Intel registered XMP2.0 standard, which means, if you felt daring, you could try and overclock the memory bandwidth speed. But only do this if you've had experience in this. BLS2K4G4D240 FSB is a 8 GB kit consisting of a 2 4 GB DDR4 desktop modules that operates at speeds up to 2,400 metric tons per second, and has a CL16 latency. It is an unbuffered DIMM. It conforms to the industry standard DDR4 UDIM layout of 288 pins, and is compatible with systems that take DDR4 2,400 metric tons per second UDIM memory. Voltage 1. 2V. And number 1. G. Skill Trident Z Neo 32 GB DDR4-3600 MHz. If you're running an AMD Ryzen gaming PC, then the G. Skill Trident Z Neo is a fantastic match. And even with RGB flourishes, we've found it be very competitively priced compared to most other memory kits of similar spec. With speeds starting at 2,600 MHz and going up to 3,800 MHz, you'll never be left wanting for more. Especially as you can upgrade the 32 GB of RAM up to 64 GB if you really want to future-proof your rig. 32 GB will be plenty for most users though, in all honesty. Skill Series Trident Z Neo Series Model F43600C16D32GTZNC. Capacity 32 GB 2x16 GB ECC, no, dual channel kit, recommended use. High performance or gaming memory. XMP2.0 profile support to reach up to the rated overclock speed, or run at default JEDEC profile speed. Rated XMP frequency and stability depends on MB and CPU capability. Check G. Skill QVL or RAM configurator on the G. Skill website for validated motherboards. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.